Hey, welcome back, folks, to Frankful Friday, and I am thankful for Frankful indeed. I just found out today in this first hour that I'm a tomato potato, being I'm half Italian, half Irish, and we are breezing through hour one. The market's up 400 as we speak, which is a big key indicator, and it's at 26.9. Anything above 27,000 sets a nice stage for next week. A little news. Good news on the trade front with China, and this thing could be on a rocket shot. The Democrats will have a stroke. But, you know, on Mondays, we do Money Mondays. This week, we're going to be doing Money and Medicine Mondays, and we may even do Money, Medicine, and Marijuana Mondays, because anything with an M fits with Monday. But returning to the show today to talk about some really cool stuff, we had on the CEO of Conversion Labs last week, Justin Schreiber. And they're a publicly traded company. They trade under the symbol Charlie Victor Larry Boy. And Justin's an entrepreneurial fellow. He's a friend of the show. And he's got this telemedicine license inside Conversion Labs where you can actually go online now and you can get an appointment with a real doctor. You can give in some analytics. They could send you a saliva test if necessary for some things, but you could see a doctor, order some meds from a local pharmacy, and have those meds come right to your house, and you don't even have to leave your house if people are not well. Do we not have Justin yet? Justin_Schreiber. Justin Schreiber will be joining us on Skype momentarily. We may have to come back to him in a few, but Frankie, the Conversion Labs, you remember we had him on a couple of weeks ago. The great opportunities are being opened up in medicine by technology now. And, you know, Justin's even selling like these, 100 milligram generic Viagra type pills for ED.
Lucky for you.
For like $20 or something like that.
That's pretty good.
I think they announced some earnings this week. This is a small growth company, but they're in a space that is poised for some major growth. And they've done all the hard work to have their financials audited, and they're basically now positioned to get into a field that's going to explode, if you ask me, because how much do we hate going and sitting in a doctor's waiting room? I'd pay $50-$70 to see a guy on my phone.
No question about it. I think that's very popular, and that's the direction that technology seems to be going, and medicine seems to be going. In New York State here, for instance, they've done away with paper prescriptions. They only have electronic prescriptions, so that's the direction everything's going. Now, one quick update, one bit of breaking news, especially important for our California viewers, is that authorities have ordered 100,000 evacuated in the midst of this California wildfire. So for all those viewers out there watching in California, we're thinking about you, and I'm looking at this video from these San Fernando Valley fires, and they are spreading like wildfire.
Wow.
So
these fires are spreading like wildfire.
They are indeed.
Are they like wildfire?
That is an expression
wildfire?
for a reason.
Okay. Conversion Labs is on fire and growing rapidly, making great advances in technology and medicine. And I'm going to put in my earpiece right now so that we can go to, is it true? Do we have Justin Schreiber on Skype? Frank, you here?
Absolutely. Justin, how are you? Thanks for coming on Liquid Lunch.
Hi, guys. Happy to be here.
Hey, Justin. How are you, man?
Doing great, John.
It looks dark
Doing
where
great.
you are.
Thanks.
So, Justin, I know last week, a couple weeks ago you were here, we were talking about all the great advances in telemedicine, but you're also a public company, and your shareholders are driven by value and revenue. You guys made a great announcement this week related to the company. Why don't you bring our audience up to speed?
Yeah, thanks, John. We are a public company traded under the ticker CVLB for Conversion Labs. And this week we announced our third quarter earnings, which again we saw really great growth, almost 3.6 million in gross revenue. Both of our business units really performed. We have a SaaS business unit, and then we also have a our direct to consumer and telemedicine business unit. But couldn't be more happy, right? And we're launching our first 2 prescription drug brands this quarter. So, we think we're going to see some really awesome growth in the coming quarters.
So shareholders must be happy, I would say, with your performance as the CEO, and our viewers were very happy when you were on, because this whole medicine and health and all this stuff is a big issue in the 2020 presidential race. I know you guys are right at the forefront of this telemedicine stuff. What do people need to know at home?
Look, telemedicine is a great opportunity, right? For lots of the Americans that are watching your show across the country. I mean, it can enable them to get, to get better access to care. They can save money. They can get all the drugs that they take on a regular basis delivered right to their door. Never have to visit a pharmacy. They can see a doctor in many cases within, minutes, cheaper than what it would cost if they were to actually schedule an appointment and go see a doctor. So, healthier, I think everybody can be healthier and everybody can save money and spend more time doing things they'd like to do as opposed to sitting in a doctor's office.
I went to an event a couple months ago and I sat next to former New York State Lieutenant Governor Betsy McCoy, and she's all into like safety in the hospitals. And she was telling me how it's actually more dangerous to go to the hospital or even the doctor's office because you have a better chance, as good a chance of getting some other ailment just by being around other sick people, and telemedicine takes that off the table.
Yep. Yeah, exactly right. And I mean, think about it from a clinical decision-making standpoint as well. Do you think most doctors, nowadays, doctors' reimbursement rates have gotten cut so much that for many doctors, the name of the game is seeing as many people as they can in the 10 hours they're at the office, right? And so do you think they're really sitting down with every single patient, going through the same list of questions when they diagnose somebody? I mean, do you think they ask you the same 15 questions and then make the perfect decision every time? I mean, the answer is an obvious no, right? But with technology, we go through the same, every patient has to answer every single question. And there's a big technological component then, right, for the doctors that are then saying, hey, this is what's wrong with you. This is what drug you need, or this is what you need to do, right? So technology really can help with even the care that you're administered.
Yep. So, Justin, I want to thank you for getting on. I've been following Conversion Labs. I don't solicit or give financial advice, but I love what you're doing. I love the way you're embracing technology and bringing it to healthcare. It's giving people access. And from what I understand, you're going to be joining us on special edition Money and Medicine Monday. And you're going to share some more exciting news about what's going on with Conversion. Will we have you back on Monday?
Yeah, we'll be back on Monday, and Monday is going to be a big day for Conversion Lab. So we're excited to come back on the show and keep everybody abreast of what we're doing.
Fantastic. That's Justin Schreiber, CEO of Conversion Labs, and that's a publicly traded company that's helping people get medicine and access to healthcare using technology. Justin, thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you Monday.
Thanks, John. Have a great weekend.
So, Frankie, there it is. We're bringing all kinds of thought leaders to the forefront right here, and like you said earlier,
and a few thought followers as well.
Yeah. I'm not struggling myself personally at this point. I am 51, but I know there's a lot of guys out there that would love to get some ED drugs for cheaper than like $50.
Absolutely.
And you can buy these ones online. I think that they're like $5 or $10. They're coming from China, and there's word out that the same thing that's killing people with these vapes. They put a lot of that same stuff like gypsum, fiberglass, and all this other crap in those fake Viagra. So, yeah. I don't know. Justin will probably fill us in.
And John, you predicted exactly what would happen with the former ambassador to Ukraine's testimony behind closed doors. And yes, you were right. It has already been leaked. We will tell you what she said coming up next. Ding!